Maybe Jason, what is your feeling? What is your regarding this 10 project we had?
Yeah, they're getting there. There's some are a bit more market adjacent than others, and that's fine. I'm just trying to keep on pushing them a little further out, knowing that with their final strategic options, as you realize, they're creating a portfolio, things that might be done in 5 years, things might be done in 3 years, what have you. Yes, so a lot of it is just getting down to the work, and they need the time for that, and making their pitches very, very tight. Most people were within the time limit, but yeah, some of them could be a little bit tighter. But yeah, so it'd be good to monitor them as they move forward to their final pitches.
Yeah, to remind you the next step. The 17th of February will be the pre-jury. In the morning, we'll have again the same pitch training session with Stefan, our colleague, with a professional investor to give them feedback, because from between now and the 17th, they will certainly have evolved and completed their pitch deck, and we recommend them to have market validation, what we call market validation. It's very important now that they send email, call, or ask around them to have a feedback about their value proposition from potential clients who would be interested by their offering. So it's very important now that they could have some elements of market validation. And it will make them more ready and maybe going further, like Jason said, being able to go further, to be more ambitious, and to present it on the 17th. 17 in the morning, it will be again this training session with no decision. But the second, at the end of the day, on the 17th, it will be with the general manager of Veolia and also all the team, the coaches and the Blue Ocean team. And we'll decide which projects are ready to present on the 22nd for the final jury. So if you can support them, give them motivation to conduct this market validation and to finalize their pitch, to be ready in these 5 minutes, to be synthetic, and also to have a nice content ready, to be ready with their pitch content and the pitch deck. So I think it will be very valuable. We do our best we are in touch with each group. We have a WhatsApp group with each team. We interact directly with each project team. It's a big work. We do our best, but we need you also. We need you. You are their coaches. And it's the last week. It's 1 week before the final decision, and we need to push them to be maximum at the best of their potential. Do you want to react on that? Do you have some? I see Nokutola. You write in the chat. You can open your microphone if you are available, of course. You see. In the chat, I only managed to catch up to the presentation, and I was impressed. I think what is the most important thing about the presentation is the confidence and commitment. Yeah, these entrepreneurs, because they have been really trying to go to interviews, so find out about customers. Yeah, this connection, it makes all the difference between a classical entrepreneurship program and this kind of program, where all the content starts with the connection and the understanding of the real experience of this customer, this market, and these hidden values, these hidden pain points and needs. So it makes all the following very concrete and very, full of sense, full of meanings for an investor, for a stakeholder. It's all about that. And they need to continue. That's why now they should test their project now. They are ready project now. They are clear about it, so they are ready to test it with the market, to have reactions from their customers, their targets, their targeted customers, their prospects. It's very important. It will bring them even more content for this final presentation on the 22nd. Who want to react here, to share his mind, his opinion? Yeah, Nukutula. Great. Basanda, Mia, you cannot talk. Rezib, Basanda, Professor Motang, do you want to complete here, to react? What is your opinion?
Alban, from my side, there were times that I was able to engage and not, but I feel like some guys which one? Mbalabala, or the one education from Muso, he has moved a lot in terms of where he came in, and now I feel like he's ready to pitch his idea clearly than what he had before. But then there's a challenge that some other guys, I don't think they want to take into consideration some of the inputs. They want to stick to what they think is their solution. And if someone is already in the market of wanting to do a bicycle, they don't think beyond that. They just want to just provide that solution as it is. So, but I guess it's something that always have to accept that sometimes some people don't trust the process, the way what is all designed to do. They just believe that this is what they need to do is based on their solution. But it does move some other guys to think beyond what they thought they're gonna do, especially what we've seen with Mboso. Beyond that, what he thought at first would be the solution for his product.
Yeah, exactly. This example from Nakomo Geleng with a bicycle, it's in Tabong. It's a very good example. They were started with this idea to manufacture waste, a bicycle made of waste and plastic waste, and that's all. It was not an offering. It was not really. And now they understood that based on the experience of all these non-customers they have interviewed, they understood there are some key element of value they can bring, and to make their offering, the project really different compared to normal bicycle. And now I think, now they change the name. It's now, I think light bicycle or power bicycle, or something like that, to bring energy anywhere in the city. It changed. It's not a bicycle anymore, and they should go further. Even them, they should go even further. They can find something even bigger.
I think that's always the fear of people. Like, I think what Jason talked about, that some of these things is still going to be work that needs to be put in. That this thing might not be realized this year or next year. It can be a long-term project, but some people just want to do something tomorrow. Just want to be done. And then end up not getting the value from what this training or this process trying to bring, to say, how do you then make yourself different or bring the new market that was not there before? So
yeah, exactly.
It's always the challenge, especially with a new entrepreneur, to challenge their idea or their offering. And an entrepreneur needs to be a scientist, continuously challenging what they do. But as I said before, entrepreneurs often fall in love with what they do, so they become a priest to try to convince the world that it's so great, or try to become a politician to lobby for it with stakeholders, without taking a step back a little bit. You don't have to scrap everything, but to take a step back and challenge your business model is it's a hard thing to do, and we're always working, especially in the startup and scale up phases, is to help them to question. And it's okay to question. It doesn't mean that we're saying you're wrong, but it is a hard thing to do. So we're always having to manage.
It's also like it's a matching process. It's at the beginning, you need to understand the needs, the hidden needs and pain points of non-customers, or you can make this market bigger and find a new business. So it's a matching. And then here we are now with this, when the project is clear and it's built and it has really a potential evaluated. You see what they present, there's always this Gaussian matrix and always this potential valuation, what they could get, even if it's not really a business plan, but it will be the next step. They are already, so it makes all matching with what investor are looking for in this kind of project, and also the cities. That's why they will present in their pitch deck the experimentation details, how they would like to conduct the experimentation, to propose it to the cities. It's just a question of matching. It's all that. So next step, maybe we have already shared that, but the next step for them, we'll do our best to continue this matching with investors, with visibility, with cities, with opportunities and partners. So and we have already tried, but we already started. But next step, if they, for instance, the project will be selected on the 22nd for the final jury, they will get prototyping support by engineers from Veolia to go fast, to have, again, this matching between the reality and the values they want to deliver. So to go fast on the prototyping, with the engagement of the cities to experiment their project in the city, and it's a complement to Veolia support, and also the package from a cloud service company with a partner of the program to bring cloud services and like server applications and everything, and also senior support to support them in the development of, if they have app or some IT to develop or some IT services to use. So, and also they will be automatically finalists of the Blue Ocean Awards 8th edition. It means internationally they will be part of the final jury where we have a lot of international investors. And also they will have the communication, the visibility with Forbes and everything with other partners. So it's all about acceleration. If we have this matching, each project, each team matching each need at each step, they will go very fast, and we'll do our best to let them growing maybe 2 times, 3 times faster than usually. That's so maybe Rezib and Professor Motang, you want to say something, your opinion, your feelings here? Rezib, what is your impression? And for now, what is your global feelings on this program and where the entrepreneurs are, what you have seen when you support them?
I hope I'm audible. I think it helped. For me personally, it helped to be a floating coach, because now I had the opportunity to listen to almost all the projects. So now I have an understanding of how far they are. But I will have to kind of concur with the previous speaker, because most of these projects were there before. They've been incubated already. They are far. Some of them have been prototyped. So it's not really easy to convince, not necessarily to convince, but to help the entrepreneur to implement some of the ideas. But what I've seen is the process itself helps a lot in order for us to identify what is actually the value that we give to our customers or our non-customers. So most of the presentations that I've listened to, people have been able to now identify the actual value that they're going to offer to their customers. Initially, it was like, okay, this is the problem, this is the solution. But now when we think deeper and we ask a lot of questions, especially from the discussion we had, was it on Tuesday?
Mhm.
From that discussion, yes, with the education group.
BOCorners group. Yeah.
Yes, there were 3 projects in there. It was Project Topi, there was the
With Yonda and Vinny and BOCorners.
so yes.
Mm.
We had a very great conversation there, and then everybody was happy at the end of the day. And I was actually even proposing that, because we've got students at the university, most of them, they want to learn what they can do with their skills outside school. So I kind of gave them a proposal to say, if you have a product and you want to test it, or you just want maybe a focus group, people who are going to just ask relevant questions to see the feasibility of your product, you can bring it to them and then tell them the idea, present to them, and then they'll ask you questions. Hopefully at the end of the day, you will have. So they liked the idea, and then we'll see what to do from there. Yes.
Okay, interesting. I see Judith is connecting. Hi, Judith.
Hi, Alba. Hi, everybody else.
Good. Yeah, we were doing like a debriefing from the stations. I remember you have watched, you have seen most of the pitch from
Yes.
on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we were debriefing on that and debriefing more generally about the program process and what it has brought or what is missing also maybe in the program or what we should improve. And so do you have, do you want to share your opinion? Yeah. The result you have seen on the pitch and where the entrepreneurs are and more generally on the program?
Overall, I think the program is very good. I've also seen what some of the groups that I've worked with, there was tremendous growth in terms of understanding how they need to put together their pitch, but also in terms of just understanding what is the service offering they want to offer potential customers. What I also realized was that I think they didn't have enough time to sometimes get familiarized with some of the concepts. So some of them had a huge workload. So then they don't get to do the like, for example, when it was with the interviews were done in a very difficult period in South Africa over the festive season. It's very difficult to find people, etc. But even given that constraints, I think overall the entrepreneurs really did well.
Yeah, and they made, some of them made 30 interviews, even with these constraints. They were also, it was facilitated because the topics, most of the topics were more consumer topics and they could interview their families in vacation. Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, I think the program is really very good. Really, and I could see the growth in the entrepreneurs.
And about the pitch you have seen on Tuesday, it was 10 projects. It's a lot, finally. I say I to Kansani also.
Pardon?
I say hi to Kansani. I see she's connecting.
Okay. Yeah, some of them were very well prepared. Some of them were not that well prepared. but I think overall it was a positive experience from my side. Yeah, I would like to just go back to some of the entrepreneurs and just highlight a few things that they need to focus on for next week, for the 17th, because some of them went into much detail, and then
exactly.
you lost track of what you are saying if you're taking too long to actually get to the point. So it would be good to actually just interact with some of them and just.
Yes, I shared with you, and I can share it again here, the list of all the projects with a direct link to their WhatsApp. We are interacting with each project teams on the WhatsApp we have created, and to be reactive and real-time exchange. So you have the link directly to the project on the platform and to the WhatsApp group we have with them. I can share it again here if you want. Just 1 second.
Okay, that would be helpful.
It's a PDF. Yeah, you see, I'm sharing it now. And yeah, totally. And just to react on this level of details and preparation, they had only 1 day. They were working on their pitch deck only for 1 day, only from Monday and Tuesday. So it was quite, in my opinion, based on the time they were working on this pitch deck, it was very good.
Yeah, I agree with you, Alba. Given the time that they actually had, they've done well. So that's why it's good to just give them some feedback now, so that at least they can incorporate some of the feedback they receive from us.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it will be very useful, very relevant to have each of you sharing your feedbacks. And there is also the live YouTube live where you have all the pitch from on Tuesday. And also you can directly access, I shared this PDF file where you can directly access I can show you it again. This is this file I've shared on the chat. It's very easy. It's a 1-page PDF, and you have directly the link here. You click on the link.
Great stuff.
Access the project on the platform and the WhatsApp group with the entrepreneurs in the team.
Thank you.
Yeah, and also if you can, all of you can. We have shared already I'm not yet. We will share the link to the replay. You can share it again here if you want. Maybe Kensani, you want to share your opinion, your feelings. You have seen some of the pitch, and more generally about the program, because today is the last dedicated coach session. I see Mia is saying in the chat, in many groups, the entrepreneurs really put in a massive push of effort via the WhatsApp group. Yeah, it's true. When we started this group, thank you, Alban, Jason, for giving so much input right through the night. Yeah, yeah, we know. We try to be available when they need us. At the beginning, more autonomous and integrating the concept and using it, and more we are close to the jury, more they need you and us. Kensani?
Hi, Alban and everyone. Hi. Yes, I don't have so much feedback. It's just that I think on my side, it was just the challenge of the duration or even the sessions, because you could notice that I was unable to attend some of these sessions. But I think at first, from our team, we had challenges in terms of participation from the startups. But, we tried on our side as coaches to gather outside the sessions, the main sessions that you had provided, so that we're able to fast track in terms of the progress on our side. So I think there was at least a positive turnaround from the startups' point of view. And yeah, hoping everything goes right at the final stages. But just all in all, I think, yeah, everything went well. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Maybe you, I think, we are very concerned also by this, this availability from the coaches. Entrepreneurs, finally, they were in the game and finally they are motivated. We have 10 projects, around 10 projects now. So I think it's, the objective is here, it's validated. But regarding the availability of the coaches in your organization, it was very more challenging. So what could we change? What could we have transform, make better to have you still connected and understand and involved in the process, but maybe more available or just available when you need to be here? What is your opinion?
Yeah, I think from my side, as stated in terms of the availability, I think in future the program could sort of be extended or to, I think that the schedule, how it was put, where at most of the times we had to meet twice in a week. I think that posed challenges, especially from startups' point of view. Some startups are working, so in terms of juggling their work schedules and also being part of the program, or even besides them working as startups, they're still running their own businesses. So I think it's more into the program being extended into a more longer period. And I think even with us as incubators, the availability for us to be attending these sessions, I mean, there's work that we do within the incubator. So it's just that element of being available for these sessions. So if maybe, for future, it could be that we could have one session in a week, or just to sort of be flexible in terms of extending the period of the program so that it's, flexible for everyone.
Okay, yeah. It's an idea to have, but the point is, if we reduce interactions with the coaches, you will be less trained. You will be, our first objective, and we have reduced this objective. Our first objective was to have you operational, to be Blue Ocean coaches. But based on your availability, you realize it was not feasible. So of course, being aware of the evolution, the process, and where we are, it's possible with one session per week or every 2 weeks with the coaches, but you will be not Blue Ocean experts as a result. That's we need to be clear on that. It's a point. But maybe we need to reduce this objective. And next time, maybe an option could be to have this kind of program officially integrated in your official programs of the incubator and proposed officially on your site when they register as a startups to join this program specifically. You see? What do you think? Yeah, Mia, say yes. And Mia, you raised your hand, I see.
Yes, thanks, Alba. That actually would be a great idea. What you said last is if we plan ahead in such a way that it's a formal program that is scheduled in at Simulogong, for instance, and the coaches are dedicated to these sessions as much as to the other programs, whereas currently we were juggling quite a number of things. Each of these sessions were really helpful and very insightful, and I'm thankful for that. But it was hard to give the time input that was required. What I would like to also comment on is that what I found really helpful, and for those who took the time to really engage with the Igesia platform, I found that a very grounding opportunity to get your head around really working with the process and allowing the process to emerge. So what Jason was saying earlier about sometimes entrepreneurs get too precious and they're not willing to trust the process. The platform and having these very interactive ways of putting your thoughts down and then seeing what the outcome was of that step before you take and share with everyone.
Yeah, it's very key.
I found that really helpful. And then a bit of a grounding effect in terms of when people feel a bit uncertain because
they can
to say back. It's okay. It's okay. There's richness in this part of this early part of the process where we don't know. And I think you and Jason made people aware of that the whole time. Is like, trust the process, go through the steps. Don't worry if you don't know at this point, you're finding out so that you can take the next steps. I think that is very valuable. And also thank you for your patience with both the entrepreneurs and us, where you took the time to repeat content every so often to get everyone back on board if you missed something here or there. And of course that all the material is available to rewatch in your own time. So in that sense, you guys really tried everything and gave us every opportunity to stay on track, get back on track, and also have a sense of how far along we are in the process. That I appreciate a lot. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you for sticking with it. I mean, it is a big ask, especially with scheduling with so many people and so many different groups. You know, maybe we can work better of having that targeted time. Just to make sure that everyone's lockstep and it's scheduled, you know. But going from the project being approved for launch and starting was so short, I think that can be improved as well. So, but thanks for sticking with us. And you know, as we keep pointing out, each step is part of a larger continuum. And thank you for keeping everyone on track with that. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, the platform is very key to have each group staying on track and having their own rhythm. But there is a limit, because when they miss one key step, it's very difficult to come back. When you miss 1-2 key steps, it's when you do the process for the first time, of course, when you are used to the process. And that's why what is very key here, that each of you have followed this process, even if you were not able to join each session, it's not a problem. You have an overview and you understand the overview, the big idea of this process. It is very key. And now, I think each of you are ready, each of the coaches, you are ready to use this platform with other projects. And you see, because it's very user-friendly, very step-by-step process. So, and this is the objective, because here's the next step after the 22nd, after this final jury, and we hope we will have a maximum of projects selected by the cities and supported by Veolia, by the Blue Ocean Awards, by all the stakeholders. We have 6 months with you to continue to make you growing and make you feeling even more and more comfortable with this concept, with this methodology. So on the next 6 months, half of year, you will have, of course, you will continue to use, you will be able to use this platform for all your project, and maybe new project, new entrepreneurs joining your organization, your incubator or university, and also with our support. It will be more light support. It will be no dedicated session, but with the WhatsApp, through the WhatsApp contact or even the coach WhatsApp group or dedicated WhatsApp group we can have for each project you will have. We can be here to support you, like a coach of the coach, and know you know the process, but maybe we'll have still some question. How do you feel on that, on this perspective, Mian, Basanda, Okutula, Razib, all of you? How do you feel this perspective, to have a 6 months support, and do you feel able to use this platform for new projects and to manage the support to the entrepreneurs by yourself, on your own, with your organization, even if we are still here in the back end here, we are still supporting you here but to relate. You feel ready to do that?
I think it's something that we need to look at. As much, just add on what Mia was saying, that I think it's also going to assist integrating this thing coming the next year. So if we give it this chance now to add other projects that we have within our own support, then it will be easier now when we start with a very fresh group to know how best to execute this thing. But yeah, we'll try to add the groups that we're not part of it, because I'm currently sitting with 8, and then 2 already are part of this with Mbuso and the bicycle lady. So by adding another 6 groups, then it might then us be okay. So something that I think it's going to be easy enough for integration if we try like this. So that
and you feel comfortable to start again with a new project with the support of new entrepreneurs, or starting from zero, the process? Okay.
Yeah.
With following the platform, and of course and also it's not an obligation to use all the tools on the platform. You can jump to the tool you think it's more relevant for this maturity of project.
Because what of interest and I think it's very important when we look at the exploration and really engage with non-customers. It's when that I think some people can think beyond the project in terms of what is like, think outside the box of, this is where is my potential customer. Because the challenge that we have with most of entrepreneurs, it's always that they are fearful of engaging with the customer. So they want to have the product, and then they are hoping that product is going to sell itself.
Yeah, it will match
So
it should be the opposite.
Yeah. So I've been trying to find several ways of getting them there outside to really engage with potential customers. But then the nice thing about Blue Ocean is then gets you to a point of engaging even the person that you think is not going to be able to buy, a non-customer. So explore more than what you think will be your potential client. So especially for me, that's the main area that we look at, and also the one for strategy in terms of now, what are you bringing that your customer competitive in that market is not reducing or adding into the space.
Very important. Yeah.
So these are things that I really, I think, will be more of a real boost in terms of getting these guys now understanding the market and getting new market, and also when you're now putting your strategy to penetrate whatever industry you want to get in, you know how best to get there.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, sounds good. We'll try. We'll do our best to make it happen, of course, and to feel you most comfortable as possible on these 6 months, and then we'll see after the 6 months if we start again with something, with another program. I see Mia. Yeah, Mia, you can open your microphone, or maybe you're. I see you.
Yeah, I was just saying. Okay. No, that's okay. I was just saying that yes, I wouldn't say I feel fully confident, but I do believe that the more we use this content going forward in Tshimologong incubation programs, the more it will become embedded, and it will become second nature for me to use this when I facilitate. So yeah, I'm glad we have that additional 6 months of support. Thank you so much. And I look forward then to having the conversation with Nokutula and the enterprise development team, because I look after pre-startup where people enter Tshimologong, and we start the process by saying what if through design thinking. I look forward to seeing how we integrate this content into the programs across the precinct.
Yeah, it's the objective, of course, and this it's not, maybe it's not 6 months, it's 7, 8. The time you need to make it totally integrated in your process in your organization, as ideally as an official, one of your official programs.
Yeah,
it will be the best objective.
And I was just echoing what Basanda was saying, which is something I find when facilitating design thinking as well, is getting entrepreneurs past that fear of actually going out and speaking to people and asking, and also hearing what people say who are completely against it, and what to do with no's. And realizing that you can learn as much from someone who doesn't want your product as someone who does. So yeah, that step is really important. So I think the exploration step in this methodology makes it so user friendly and kind of encourages you to take those steps and not feel intimidated by it. So I think that's really, really important for all entrepreneurs.
Yeah. We try to have on one only page, one unique page, all the process with all the tools. So it makes it more understandable. You have the big picture. It's more easy to use. And you said also with Nokutula, you want to propose to work with this content into other incubation programs, right? Yeah, it's good. And okay, that's what you say. Yeah. And Basanda, yeah, you raise your hand.
Just a quick one, Alpan. I think, look, it's going to assist us going forward this thing. I'm just looking at myself as Eunice that most of projects that I'm having are all over the country. So these students, I have most sitting in Durban, and I'm in Pretoria. So we're looking at also things of how best to collaborate with other startups, incubators or centers of entrepreneurship sitting in other provinces. Best assist entrepreneurs. So we have to find ways of collaborating in other areas in assisting these entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I think the next 6 months we can maybe find ways of engagement.
Because now, as we said, this Blue Ocean Corner, they are you are because you are the people in charge, and you understand what is this process and how to use this platform and the tools we have here. And of course, now it's your turn to take this and make it, and use it to make something else or another programs, or everywhere you need it, everywhere you think it's relevant to use this kind of approach. You have all what you need: the tool, the knowledge, the experience now, because you took part to one full process. So you are the corner, of course. And of course, the objective here, we had the vision we had with this kind of program is to have this corner, to have one, maybe I don't know if it's a physical corner in each of your organization, but it's at least someone, at least you, any entrepreneurs in your own organization following your program, they know that if they want to build something really new, a new innovation with a real market creation, they have someone to talk with. They can join this corner, they can join this group, this team, and it's identified in your organization. There is a Blue Ocean visibility inside, and even maybe outside if you want to attract new entrepreneurs in your programs. And it's now you have the stamp. You see, it's all about that. Do you feel comfortable with this vision objective now, and you feel comfortable, and you feel it's reachable, it's realistic? Yeah.
I think it is, Alban. I think it will enrich in terms of our programs, what we do. So it really, for me, as I'm seeing more of it, really opens us up for just collaboration and just also helping as much as we can the entrepreneurs as much faster as we can than before. So yeah, this I see it working for me.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. And as I said also, it's this methodology, these tools, this platform, and also you have the knowledge, you have the experience, you are now Blue Ocean, you are becoming Blue Ocean practitioner. And also there is the ecosystem, because with the Blue Ocean Awards, with the international visibility, so each time somewhere in your organization, it will be referring to Blue Ocean, and you will have used, thanks to you, thanks to your knowledge you have now, you have used this methodology where you can directly make a connection with this ecosystem of investors, big companies supporting the Blue Ocean Awards, and also with the visibility it can bring to this project. So to accelerate, it's all about acceleration. Innovation, it's just time, just a question of time. You have to do the most efficiently your way to the success, to reach a market. So of course, yeah, feel free to use all these connections and this network with this event and ecosystem, because it's directly part of the Blue Ocean strategy. And also in this ecosystem, there are the two professors, Jan Kim and René Mauborn, and it's also the Blue Ocean Strategy Network. Jason knows very well. It's a big thing, in fact. Yeah, Mia.
The other big value that I see in the way this program is put together is also that you engage with, yes, the different hubs, but also the different cities and also industry players. So I think those voices inside the program and entrepreneurs' access to those people in municipalities and from industry is hugely valuable, because
it's
that's
open innovation.
Yes, that's sometimes what entrepreneurs really battle with, and they feel intimidated by figuring out that step, and you just kind of brought it into the program. So I think that adds a massive set of value. Thanks.
Yeah, it's acceleration all week. As I said, it's matching. It's all about matching. If you bring the right value to each stakeholder or each participants, it can be a company, a municipality, it can be a university. They will be here. They will be on board. Investors, of course. If you can match all of them, then you have a value for each part of the network, of the connection you are creating. And also of course, you're right. Our objective is to continue this network ecosystem approach based from coming from the Blue Ocean North, but coming also from the Blue Ocean Corners, because now we have these cities involved in companies, industries in South Africa, but now we are working on deploying the same kind of program in other countries. Like we have now officially announced Blue Ocean Awards in Senegal, and the objective is to deploy the same program with the Senegal incubators, cities, everything. So, and of course, it will be direct connection between each of these already involved incubators and cities who have already conducted and who are already trained and ready and experienced and have the experience too. So it's normal, because you will be connected because you had the same experience and you have the same vision, you have the same value you want to share for the future. So it makes very big sense, in my opinion. Judith, you raise your hand.
Yeah, thanks, Alba. I think something that's also very valuable for the entrepreneurs is they have learned by working with different groups from different cities that
mixing
is actually a very good thing. Yes, and also collaboration is a better tool than competition. So it really has installed that thing that it's better to work with different stakeholders and collaborate and come up with something that is really great for the market. So I think it's really very good.
Something I was very surprised, and I will let Jason also give his opinion on that. I was very surprised that most, maybe half of the project who took part from the beginning in the program, they were 1% project, 1% startup. You know, in Europe, in the US, it's totally impossible. Maybe because of the selection, I think, and me on my little experience of entrepreneurship, I know that you cannot build anything big if you're alone. It's totally impossible. So, because at least you need the reaction from someone else. You need alone. So alone, you are just alone with your remaining the same, and you go very slowly. And so, what we try to do, of course, it's to build these teams to have at least 2% in one project, even if they were from different incubators, organization, because we know that they could not reach the success if they remain alone. It's impossible. They were free to build this new team or to do like they want, but I think they valued it. Sometimes it was some misunderstanding, but I think at the end they realized these big values they can get from being not alone and other projects. Very key. Don't know, Jason, your opinion on that?
At every step of the process, it's about interaction. It's about pushing against assumptions. It's about pushing against what you believe is the categories, how you create your world. And so doing it in isolation will never lead to anything. So that's why we have to interview people, talk to people, observe people, more importantly. And it starts with the stakeholders in the industry, then it moves into the customers and into non-customers and then back. And as you come back to the convergence, so we converge in the beginning to get the as is, we diverge to talk to especially non-customers' observations to get the full picture, and then we converge once again. And you might start that journey alone, but as you move forward as a startup, you start putting together, especially if you're just starting with an idea, if you haven't even, if you're pre-revenue, then you start understanding who needs to be a part of it. And hopefully then that's when the entrepreneurs can start working with other partners, stakeholders, what have you. But yeah, everything that's created that is both different and better than the competition comes out of heat and pressure and constraints. Everyone thinks that Blue Ocean strategy is about being free and trying all these crazy ideas, but it's the constraints that matter. And especially when you've got tough colleagues that you're working with, if you've got tough partners that you're working with, the ideas, the outcomes become much better. So doing this alone, not talking to people, not having partners, not having stakeholders, it becomes an intellectual exercise. We never want to be that. I always want to be, strategy is what you do, not what you talk about. So that's what we really need our stakeholders, partners, and being out in the marketplace.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in Chimolong, it was some discussions about this mix of teams, this proposal to some project to be not alone, to be not 1% project.
Obviously it challenged people beyond their comfort zones, but
exactly.
I really like what Jason just said, and I'm going to remember that and use that in follow-up programs, the thing about heat and pressure. The more you encounter the challenges now while you're figuring things out, the better prepared you may well be going out there in the market. And also the more you get your assumptions tested, your biases challenged, and you don't just have people who say, yeah, just go for it. It's wonderful. We love what you do, but really interrogate critically what you're doing, why you're doing it, what you might have missed, which voice you haven't invited into the conversation. So yes, it's challenging, and perhaps people are used to being that one-man show that just storms ahead and does well in their own capacity. But yes, you'd need those different voices to help test, challenge, disagree, shape and develop things more deeply and more thoroughly. So yeah, some found it challenging. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and another opportunity for this mix of people, to create new, very skilled teams, is because they are not located in the same place in South Africa. They are not facing the same issues, or not having the same understanding what should be the future for a city, and also they are in different organizations. So it's and also it's maybe a bridge for your future partnership between each of you as organizations. It starts from the ground. This kind of partnerships. Okay, so what we maybe some of you have not yet shared. Maybe Professor Motong, you want to share your opinion or some, or to react?
Remember, I was actually not been attending some of the lectures because I had challenges with everything that was clashing with my work. And I think you know exactly what has been my challenges regarding that.
But to have some of your students still in the game, still in the project, like Diva, they're still working.
Diva was also having a little bit of the challenge regarding the times as well.
Yeah.
And I think she managed to mention that too. So, which was making it a little bit difficult for her as well to be able to.
Yeah, but she pitched on Tuesday on the pitch training, the first pitch training session. She pitched at the end, and it was very interesting. It was seen as very interested by our professional investor. And we think we try to have again this mix, to have Diva with already very practical, very operational prototype. Integrated in the DeshGo, it's the BOCorners team working in Durban, with the cities. They are very connected to the Durban municipality at eThekwini and to Veolia. And I think they could maybe find a nice innovation mixing this prototype of machine equipment she has developed. Yeah. Okay. We tried to do this. We tried to make it happen. We'll see if we can. We have. I know they are talking together. They are in the same WhatsApp group, talking, and we will this weekend a session with them. So we'll see if they join. They will be the one of the project presenting. And I remember we had from all the beginning, maybe half of the process, we had Lanahan from your team of teachers. She was very involved and very relevant and very motivated. And it's a pity she could not join the last session. It's a lack, I think, for us.
Yeah, but what can we do? I mean, that's what we try to explain to you. That just not it.
Yeah, she had other obligations. Okay, so just to remind you, about the next step here. So on the 17th morning, it will be the pre-release again, pitch training session. It's training. It will be the training in the morning, but in the afternoon. So morning, it will be from 9 p.m. to 11. And in the afternoon from 4, like this Monday, from 4 to 6, it will be the pre-selection of the project with the general manager of Veolia, South Africa. Stephen Lear is a very, very open-minded person. He brought a lot. He took part to the discussions with the guest speakers we had some weeks ago at the ideation step, and it was very appreciated by the entrepreneurs. So, and we have to select to be sure that all the projects we select for the final jury are good, ready to present on the 22nd. So this final jury, as I said, it will be the cities deciding. They will be chairing the jury, and because they have this engagement to experiment the projects they select on their territories, it will be a Veolia support for the prototyping for the selected project, the Scaleway package. So it's cloud services, the value of 4K euro cloud services, plus senior support in the developer senior support. And also they will be automatically Blue Ocean Awards finalists. So with the package of the Blue Ocean Awards finalists, it includes visibility internationally. It includes to pitch in front of the jury of the Blue Ocean Awards. And when you win a Blue Ocean Awards, you have 92% of chance to reach money to raise money in the 6 months. So it's so here we have shared, and it's important. This final jury, it will take place. It will be online, but it will be also offline with invitation at the UNISA. UNISA will be with the VIPs, with some everybody who want to join physically the event, it can, but you just need to register on the guest list. We have shared Google file where you can write your guest and you, if you plan to visit, to attend physically. So please fill in this list. It's very important. So we talk about this after the 22nd, this 6-month support from the 22nd, and as I said, it's more a support to make things happen, to be sure that your organization and your entrepreneurs, the coaches, you got really something on the long term from this experience. So to be sure, for instance, it can be a new program dedicated to Blue Ocean you officially have now in your own incubator programs or university programs. It can be a physical corner, I don't know, where any entrepreneurs in your organization, they know they can have an appointment to be supported with this platform and your knowledge, and also with Jason, me, George as a coach of the coach, and also to continue next year, then each year to have this ability to produce this new Russian project will be also selected by the Blue Ocean Awards finalist. We'll continue this South African Blue Ocean Awards. As we said, the next step here after the 22nd, it will be a jury of the Blue Ocean Awards in April, May. So it will be international, so basically online, and we'll have a roadshow of Blue Ocean Awards taking place in each country. So in France, in Senegal, in South Africa. South Africa, certainly again in the French embassy, it's an option. And also we try to have edition this year in the US. So all the winners of the selected project by the cities on the 22nd, they will be automatically finalists of the Blue Ocean Awards. It means they will be able to pitch, to be visible, and to pitch internationally at the jury of the Blue Ocean Awards, of the 8 Blue Ocean Awards, on May, as we said, April, May. So it will give them time to continue to go further on their experimentation and to have even more weight in their project, to have a very better project, very more consistent, to be presented to the jury of the Blue Ocean Awards. And then in June it will be the Blue Ocean Awards 8th edition, second South African edition, certainly in at the French Embassy. Okay, do you have some questions about this next step and the future here? Of course, we stay in touch on the WhatsApp group, and we are always available for you by email, by phone, by WhatsApp, and we can keep us informed on the coach WhatsApp group we have created. But do you feel comfortable with this next step? Yeah. Do you have some questions? Sorry, February. Yeah. You're right, sorry. Thank you, Mia. February. Okay, all is good. Someone want to? No question. All is good, Mia. Yeah. The questions about this next step. We'll propose also after the 22nd a debriefing per organization, so with you and your management, your administration, so we can think about the next step for your organization, or you can capitalize and use this experience to develop, like we said, a program or something else, or the most accurate follow-up. Jason, you want to complete here for the conclusion here?
No, everything's clear. Yes, it's just that last push with the entrepreneurs, but I think most are on track. So thank you all for your time and your input. And again, we're always available on WhatsApp or email, what have you. Yeah.
No, we need to have the best success and to impress. Our objective is to impress the cities and the stakeholders, and Veolia and all, and you also and your managers, and on the 22nd with the project, with very good project. They want to be involved and to bet something. All good for each of you? Yeah.
Yes, thank you. All good from my side.
Okay, thanks. Perfect. So let's meet here on the 17th. This last session with the pre-juries, if you can, of course, it's not no obligation. And let's meet on the 22nd for this final jury. And we stay in touch, of course, on WhatsApp. And you can join. Feel free to join, like Judith said. You can join any groups on their WhatsApp to bring them support or just another point of view. It will be very useful for them. Okay. You have all the list, all the list and the link to the WhatsApp we have shared on the PDF. So thanks to you. Have a good end of day. See you soon.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Alba.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Jason.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.